Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dice Must Flow. Recently I had a viewer request that I go ahead and show a video on how to put together this slaver tripod, and so thought that I'd bang this one out real quick. So we already did our unboxing and unit review, and so if you remember, we just have the tripod head and then the pieces for the legs and such. Open that. Here we go. So first thing in construction of this is we're going to have to go ahead and trim any of the flash that's on here. I should note that I already went ahead and cleaned and washed this residue off of here. So when you're working with resin, you need to go ahead and wash any of the resin release materials off of that. Otherwise your paint won't stick. So we're just going to go ahead and clean these pieces up, and we'll be back after that happens. Okay, so we're going to have to identify these pieces that we have. Obviously this is the head piece. These are going to be the center support pieces. These are going to be the legs. This is a tentacle, and this is an antenna, and then two pieces for the heat ray, or two medium heat rays. The book does say that it only has one, so I'm not quite sure why there's two on the model, but that's what it is. The thing you want to make sure of is on these that these do fit in here like this, and so you're going to want to make sure that those pieces were cut, trimmed up enough to fit in those holes, or those holes were made bigger. And same for this antenna piece. It goes into here, and again, that, as you can see, doesn't quite fit, and so we're going to have to trim that a little bit further. Okay, that's going to fit in there good. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put that piece in, start with putting that piece in and letting that stabilize while I work on the leg portions. Okay, gonna set that aside. Now this goes on top of this, and the legs are going to cap after putting each of the legs on. So I'm going to start with putting the legs in first and getting a good solid fit there. And we're going to let that dry. Actually, I realized I'm going to go ahead and do my trick that I've talked about in the past on these. And so I'm going to fill, say, this with some green stuff and then let that dry. Okay, as you can see, that gluing didn't work out. I told you I was going to go get some green stuff, so I have some of that. Going to smash this all up. Now this is a trick that I've learned just in dealing with these models. And so I'm trying to use this green stuff. Modeling clay would work. Heck, probably Play-Doh would work. It's just going to give us some filler, and let the legs dry in place, and then give it a good support. And so that's really important on, I'll tell you, a model that's especially important on is the harvester. I didn't do it on my harvester, and I've been fighting battles with it ever since. You might be able to see on my videos that I did with painting it, but it definitely is top heavy, and when you get these pieces here that are really heavy on top, the legs start bending, and so you're going to want to do that. So basically this green stuff is going to pinch into here and keep this keep the legs straight and solid while the glue dries. And then the green stuff itself is quite ends up being quite solid. So you can see I'm basically just taking these guys. I use this cap, which does go into here, that out to make sure this goes in. So this is going to be all kind of a combo piece is when we're done. Want to make sure that that fits before the green stuff goes up into the top there. Likewise, we want to make sure that this fits here, so kind of just smashing a lot of glue and everything into this. You can see how a perfect modeler I am, as in not. So we're going to want to let this sit and let that green stuff and that glue dry, and then you will have a really solid base for your legs moving forward. Okay, while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go ahead and put these other pieces on. We've got our two pieces for the heat ray. We've cut them to make sure that they're going to fit flush. So I knocked that antenna off, and now I'm going to glue it back on. That's always the problem working with the minis and my clumsy hands. So there you can see we got the medium heat ray on, and looks like we're going to have to straighten those up a little bit. And finally, just put this in here, and this is for the tentacle, which fits in like so. So we're going to let these guys dry and come back, straighten these pieces up, and then put the head back onto the legs, and we'll be done. And then we just have to put it onto the legs. So we've let this dry a bit, and now I've straightened out this tentacle a little bit, and now we just have to put it onto the legs. So it just fits in there like that. So let's go ahead and do that. Move around the side, and we're just going to let it sit in there. And there you go, and that's it. I'm going to tilt it back a little so you can see. And that's it. That is the Slaver tripod. Try and take a picture of it from a more normal angle, and that's it. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, found it useful. Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you like this video, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel or give it a thumbs up. That does help in YouTube trying to make sure that my videos are out there and seen more. So that's it for now. Thanks.